All right, Frank Proctor, Way of the Gun, is going to talk about shooting steel and how it can aid in your training.
Hey y'all, Frank Proctor with Way of the Gun Performance Shooting. Out at the range today, I want to talk to y'all about shooting steel as I know it, okay? And I say as I know it because it's from my own experience and not just what a book says. Going back to some of that world is flat business. One of the things you'll hear, like if you're going to shoot a match or a 3-gun match or something like that, or a lot of the places I'll go and train, hey, we got steel, but you can't shoot any green tip. Nobody bring any green tip. Nobody bring any armor piercing, M855 green tip ammo because it'll destroy the steel. I have found the opposite to be true, okay? And this is from, well, first experience came on the Army side of the house. We had, I forget, maybe like 10 plates, AR-500 plates that were bought for the SFALC program in 1999. They're still alive. All right, we're still shooting them right now. Those plates, I don't know, in the millions of rounds of green tip shot at them. They're still there, okay? Then from my own personal experience, I bought 12 plates like this one you're looking back here, AC zone size targets. They're AR-500 plates. Had those shipped over to Iraq to train on some. My team and I started training on them. We're like, well, let's see. Let's just see what works, what doesn't work, So started at, with 14-inch M4 or 14.5-inch M4s with green tip, 25 yards away. Let's go shoot it, see how it does. Shot a couple rounds, walk up there and look at it. It's like, wow, it really didn't do anything. Just a tiny little pock mark, So let's scoot up another 5 yards. Same thing. Shot it, go check it out. Really didn't do anything. Same thing, just a tiny little pock mark. Got on up, kept on up, 5-yard increments or so, moving on up. Stopped at 10 yards, but at 10 yards, same thing, just a tiny little pockmark in the steel. It's like, wow, all right. So we shot those same plates quite a bit on that deployment, training on them, all with green tip. Now there is some stuff out there, you're looking at armor piercing ammo, there's some other stuff floating around there that's a little bit faster that would put a hole in it, but green tip won't, and that's it, it's the speed. That's been my discovery on it, okay? Green tip's running around 2,900 feet per second out of a 14-inch gun. And you're gonna gain or lose about 25 feet per second per inch of barrel length there. So I brought those same plates home, started running some classes on them, and I was shooting with a fella and it was like, hang on a minute, dude. Because every time he'd shoot my steel, I was seeing daylight. I was like, that's not supposed to happen. You see sun shining through my plate. So I went down there and looked and it's got holes all in. I was like, dude, what are you shooting? He's like, XM193? I was like, that's just copper jacketed lead, right? He's like, yeah. I didn't believe it. I pulled a bullet out and cut it apart with a Leatherman. Straight up, it was copper jacketed lead, but it was fast. I think that stuff was around 3,100 feet per second. So now, kind of as a general rule, I don't shoot anything closer than about 35 yards unless the ammo is going less than 3,000 feet per second, okay? Another thing that matters too on the safety side of it is the condition of the steel. If your steel is clean, as in it doesn't have any holes or divots, you're gonna be okay. In my experience now, okay? If the steel, and what I do with mine, I have it mounted static where it hangs straight up and down, it doesn't really give a lot. What I find there is the bullet, the steel static, it's got a clean surface, bullet hit, frag comes apart, doesn't come back towards the shooter at all, and the frag goes at about a 30-degree angle or so all the way around, okay? So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna shoot some green tip through a chronograph and see how fast it's going, and then we'll shoot some of this Freedom Munitions 55 green stuff, see how fast it's going, and we'll be using it a lot later on in the segments. So I'm gonna go ahead and load up and shoot that. All right, so here goes green tip. Get a couple rounds there. All right, that's 29.43. All right, and that's 29.17. While we got this in here, I'll go ahead and shoot 3 rounds through that cardboard target down there at the steel. And what we're gonna look at later is see if anything comes back through the cardboard. So here we go. All right, launch that one off the side there through the cardboard. Now we'll run some of this Freedom Munition stuff through there, see how fast it is, and we'll see what it looks like on the steel as well. .2812 and 2710. Now some into the steel. There we go. So we'll be able to go out there a little bit later on, look at that, see what it did to the steel, see if any of it came back through the cardboard. We'll have some information to look at. This Freedom Munition stuff, nice and slow, not going to do a whole lot of, not going to do any damage to the steel. So we'll be shooting it quite a bit through the rest of the episodes. That's what I got. Check us out next time.
Trigger Time TV is brought to you by Crossbreed Holsters, Osprey Armaments, Troy Industries, Troy Defense, BCM, Bravo Company USA, Keltec, Nemo Arms, Tactical Walls, Dark Angel, Mission First Tactical, EOTech, Mayflower Research and Consulting, Streamlight, Closed Captioning, provided by Wiley X, and Trigger Time TV ammunition provided by Freedom Munitions.
Hope you enjoyed the show. We had a lot of fun putting it on for you. As always, we'd like to dedicate this show to the United States Marine Corps.